Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games and part 5 of our How to Play Warcry series. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be going through the battle plan. Now we've got our battlefield set up and our warbands mustered, it's time to move on to the battle plan. Warcry battles use randomly drawn battle plan cards to decide how the terrain and warbands are set up. They also decide what the victory condition of the battle will be, and if there are any twists in play. Once both warbands have been separated into their battle groups, the players organise the battle plan cards into the following 4 decks and give each deck a shuffle. The 4 decks are the terrain deck, the deployment deck, the victory deck, and the twist deck. If you bought the Catacombs set, you won't have these battle plan cards as they're not included. But you can buy them separately, and I definitely recommend doing this because I'm really pleased I did. The battle plan card pack come with the deployment deck, the victory deck, and the twist deck. So just note that the terrain deck is not included in that pack. You don't need the battle plan cards to play Warcry, and everything you need is included in the Core Book and the Catacombs book. So instead of using the cards, you can use the battle plan generator, which features images of all the different cards for the terrain, the deployment, the victory, and the twist. And they're all featured starting at page 152 in the Core Book and page 34 in the Catacomb book. If you use these battle plan generators in the book instead of the cards, then simply roll a dice and the result of the dice will match one of the corresponding images for each stage of the battle plan, and so use that as your guide to set up. In this video, I'll show you how to use both the battle plan cards and the battle plan generators from the book. Okay, let's get back to the battle plan. So now, the player that won the priority roll deals out a card from each deck, placing it up so that all players can see the card. The upwards arrow on the terrain cards corresponds to the upwards arrow on the deployment cards, so players know which way they are orientated. Once all battle plan cards have been drawn, the rest can be packed away as they'll have no further effect on the battle. The players next resolve the cards in the following order. Number 1, the terrain card. Every terrain card has a unique layout of terrain features. Set up the terrain features shown on the terrain card in the locations shown for them. I'll be using the above ground terrain cards from the Catacombs book. Once you start playing Warcry, it's good to know that you don't have to use the terrain or the terrain cards that are featured in the sets. If all players agree, then you can substitute one or more of the terrain features with different terrain features from your collection and even make your own. The second card we resolve is number 2, the deployment card. On every deployment card, there are 2 sets of these 3 symbols, the dagger, the shield, and the hammer. One set is in red and the other set is in blue. These are referred to as deployment points, and each corresponds to one of the battle groups in a player's warband. The player that won the priority roll chooses which player uses the red deployment points and which player uses the blue deployment points for the battle. The locations of each player's deployment points are shown on the deployment card, so you can see just how important it is to win that priority roll. The player that won the priority roll then sets up their dagger, followed by their opponent. Then the players set up their shields in the same order, and finally their hammers in the same order. Each time a battle group is set up, all fighters from that battle group must be set up wholly within 3 inches horizontally, but any distance vertically of the corresponding deployment point on the battlefield floor or a platform. If a deployment point for a battle group is labelled RND2 or RND3, then this indicates that the battle group is currently in reserve and will arrive mid-battle. Don't set up reserve battle groups on the battlefield before the battle begins. Instead, just place them to one side. RND2 is going to mean round 2 and RND3 will mean round 3. Third card to resolve is number 3, the victory card. The card drawn from the victory deck determines how the winner of the battle is chosen and how long the battle will last for. If the victory card instructs the players to determine who is the attacker and who is the defender, to place any objective markers or treasure tokens, or to do anything else before the battle begins, this is done in this step. Sometimes, at the end of the battle, a game can be tied. If neither player has achieved the victory conditions on the victory card, the battle continues for another battle round before ending. Check the victory conditions once more to see if one of the players is declared the winner. If neither player has achieved the victory conditions, keep playing further battle rounds until all the fighters left on the battlefield are from one player's warband, and then that player will be declared the winner. Final card to resolve is number 4, the twist card. The card drawn from the twist deck has a special rule that applies to that battle. Everything you need to know about that rule will be on the twist card, and simply follow the instructions. Now we've got our battlefield ready to go, our warbands mustered, and our battle plan decided, so now it's time to begin the battle. Before we move on to part 6 of our How to Play Warcry series, where we'll look at battle rounds and secrets in, we'll just take a real quick look at objectives and treasure and how we control objectives and carry the treasure. Sometimes the victory deck will require the players to place objectives or treasure on the battlefield. To do so, place an objective marker or treasure token at the indicated location. When measuring distances to objectives and treasure, always measure to and from the centre of the marker or token. A player gains control of an objective if, at the end of a battle round, they have more friendly fighters within 3 inches of it than there are enemy fighters within 3 inches of it. Once a player gains control of an objective, it remains under their control until another player gains control of it. In this example, you can see that the Scions of the Flame have gained control of the objective marker at the end of round 1. As we progress through the battle, the Knight Shadowstalkers got to the end of round 2 with more fighters within 3 inches of the objective, and now they gained control of it. Now we'll talk about carrying treasure. If, at any point when making a move action, a fighter moves within 1 inch of a treasure token, the player can choose for that fighter to pick up that treasure. If a fighter picks up the treasure, then you remove the token from the battlefield and place it on the fighter card. If you want to, you can also place it underneath your miniature and keep it on the battlefield, but that's up to you. With the treasure token on the fighter card or under the miniature, that fighter is now said to be carrying that treasure. A fighter cannot pick up treasure if they are already carrying treasure. A fighter carrying treasure can use an action to drop the treasure. If a fighter carrying the treasure is taken down, they automatically drop the treasure before the fighter's model is removed from play. In both cases, the player controlling that fighter picks a point on a platform or the battlefield floor that is within 1 inch horizontally of the fighter. That point also has to be visible to the fighter and either vertically level to or any distance vertically lower than the fighter. Once that point is decided, the player places the treasure token there. That's everything we need for setting up a battle, including our battlefield, our warbands, and our battle plan. Next, we'll move on to part 6 of our How to Play Warcry series, which is the battleground sequence and phases. I hope you found this video helpful. Please join in and comment below with any thoughts or additions you'd like to make. It'd be great to hear from you. The next video in the series will play right after this one in the playlist, and I'll also put links in the description below to every video in the series. Thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more Warcry content like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games.